about realizing the difference my love and faith in the Lord makes so that I have something to share, something to give to someone else. So once we've realized that, then like the first apostles, like the first believers, it gives us good news to bring to others so that we can make disciples. Now, I think as Catholics, this is where most of us think, this is not what I signed up for. I'm not comfortable with this. I don't want to knock on doors. I don't want to be one of those people who chases people down in an airport. That's not me. And that's not what we're asking people to do either. But to make a disciple is that one-on-one connection with people we already have. Maybe it's someone in our family that's going through a difficult time. Maybe it's someone at work that's worried with anxiety or fear. Maybe it's a neighbor, someone on the kids' soccer team, one of the people we carpool with who's going through a rough time and is struggling to find peace, is grasping to find meaning, feels like they're alone, they don't know where to turn, and they don't know what to do. Have any of us ever had an experience where someone going through a rough time will turn to us and say, "You're so strong, you always seem so happy, you're filled with peace"? That's the golden opportunity where we can talk to them about our faith in Jesus. I'm not saying you need to go and beat someone over the head with the Bible, but when the door opens up, when someone's struggling, when they're looking for help and support, and they turn to us and say, "You're always so strong, you always seem to have peace, you always have the answers," that's the golden moment. The moment to share with them where those answers come from, where that peace comes from, where that serenity, which is the Lord. And that sharing that with them, you then share that good news and invite them that Jesus wants to be there for them, to give them those same gifts of serenity, peace, knowledge, purpose in their life. My friends, we all know people in our lives that are struggling. We all know people that are kind of like a ship that's afloat without a rudder or sail. They're desperately looking for meaning, comfort, and direction in their lives. All we need to do is to offer them the love of Christ and let the Holy Spirit do the rest. That's how the first apostles made disciples, and that's how we can do that as well. It just means being awake, paying attention to the people we encounter day in and day out. Maybe it's the person behind us in the line at the checkout in the grocery store. Maybe it's the person in the office that everyone avoids because all they do is whine and complain. Maybe it's someone in our own family that we see struggling and sinking below the waves. That's the perfect time to share with them that life raft that is God's love, to plant the seed so that God and the Holy Spirit can begin to do the rest, to make a disciple out of them. When Jesus said, "Go out and make disciples of all the world," that's something he said to all of us, and that's something all of us are able to do. Not a homily or not a sermon, but just something for all of us to think about.